Hi everybody, it's Melanie from melodramaticmommy.com, and this is the third and final video for the Tastemakers 2010 challenge, and tonight's theme is meals in a hurry, nutritious meals in a hurry. And before I get to tonight's recipe, I just wanted to say thank you really quickly to the US Potato Board for inviting me to be part of this challenge, and to all the other Tastemakers, my fellow InSpuds. Thank you guys. You have all been really inspiring. I've loved seeing what you guys have done in your kitchen, and I appreciate all the support and encouragement throughout our challenge, and good luck to everybody, and I can't wait to see you in a couple days at Blisto. So, to get back to tonight and the challenge, meals in a hurry. Tonight's a good example of when I have a busy day, I've had a busy day, and then my son has an after-school activity, so when I come home, I'm really pressed for time in terms of getting a nice meal on the table. And one thing that I've been reading about through all the frugal blogging and meal preparation sites that I've been researching, that one of the best ways and the easiest ways to be able to assemble a meal in a short amount of time, usually about a half an hour or less, and the key to that is having a well-stocked pantry. So really quickly, let me just tell you, I've got some potatoes here in some chicken stock, some salt and some pepper. Those have been simmering for about 20 minutes. And here I've got some flour, butter, and milk that I whisked together, and I got it to a boil and let it thicken, so I've had that here setting aside. And then what I've got here, I had to take some of these potatoes out of the stock pot, and I've got them all mashed to a really fine consistency, and I'm going to add these mashed potatoes and the milk mixture. I'm going to put that all back in here in just a moment, after this has been simmering for just a little while. But as I was saying, one of the easiest ways to be able to come home and put together a meal in a hurry is by having a well-stocked pantry. And that was really crucial for me this evening because I didn't have to go out and buy anything to be able to put this meal together, because if you remember from my second video for the Tastemakers, nutritious meals, I went and bought that 5-pound bag of potatoes for 99 cents, so I had all the potatoes here. So a well-stocked pantry, some of the things that you should make sure that you have on hand. Your dry goods, definitely some pastas and dried beans, things like canned tomatoes, pasta sauce, tomato sauce, tomato paste, frozen vegetables, definitely, and chicken stock, beef stock. You know, there's all sorts of things that if you build those up and make those the essentials of your stockpile, that when you come home, you have all the ingredients necessary to make something like this, like baked potato soup. I can't tell you how many times I've come home and said, oh, you know, maybe I took some chicken out earlier, so why don't I just do chicken parmesan? And then I start to put everything together and I realize, oh, I don't have enough spaghetti noodles, or I don't have enough pasta sauce. So by monitoring what you've got in your pantry and making sure that it's always well stocked, that's one of the keys to having, to be able to put together a really good meal in a short amount of time. And it's also a good way to monitor the nutrition, because you can look for specific things, like with more chicken stocks, a lower sodium type of a broth, and same thing with your tomatoes, and making sure that there's lower sugar and lower sodium and things like that. So keeping your pantry well stocked with things that are good for you and healthy is the key to putting together a meal. So what I need to do now is add, this is the thickened flour, and flour, butter, and milk. I'm going to take my whisk here. Take my whisk, and I'm going to get the skin off. So this is going to give the soup that creamy texture. Put all that in there. Really gently. And then I'm going to add a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese, and everything in moderation. So I've got some shredded cheddar, and then I also have some bacon that I did earlier. We had this bacon left over from a breakfast the other day, so again, well stocked. I didn't have to go out and buy anything to make tonight's meal. So, and one of the things that I wanted to tell you guys that I did, this is called loaded baked potato soup. But I cheated and I didn't bake these potatoes at all, because I was trying to, again, save time for tonight. We got home from martial arts and I really needed to get going. So what I did is I microwaved these potatoes to give them a little bit of a head start. I have these special microwave steaming bags, and I had 5 really large, nice-sized potatoes, and I peeled them, and diced them up really small. And then I microwaved them. I had to use 2 bags, microwaved each bag for about 8 minutes. And then I put them into the chicken stock that was already simmering on the stove. So that's another way, time-saving wise, if you need to save some time, instead of baking these potatoes for an hour and say maybe having to do that while my son was still in school and holding on to them, I microwaved them while I was getting all this other stuff together. So that's a really easy time-saving trick there for you. So, all right, I've got the potatoes and the bacon and the milk all stirred in there. I'm going to let all that marinate for just a little bit, and then we're going to add the mashed potatoes that I did earlier. And again, it's a consistency thing. I want this to be a really rich, creamy soup. So let's gently fold all that together. Gosh, I wish you could smell that. And another way that you could take a soup like this and make sure that you're keeping it nutritious, I've got a skim 2% cheese here. And if you're going to go all out and do a really, truly loaded baked potato and top yours with sour cream, you do, of course, for reduced fat sour cream. Okay. That looks beautiful. Let me see here. If I need to add any salt and pepper. Oh, wow. That's good. Okay, so that is all set. Tastes amazing. And I'm getting a little bit fancy tonight. I'm going to serve mine in a hollowed out bread bowl. Of course, you don't have to do that. I just like the way it looks. And I got a really good tip at the grocery store about these bread bowls. And I'm going to try it tonight because I wasn't sure how it would taste with this soup. But I was told that a really good thing to do is to hollow out this bread bowl and then take a garlic butter, spread it all around the inside, and then put it in the oven and bake it for just a little bit so that the inside of the bread bowl gets nice and crusty. And then you basically have your soup inside garlic bread. Oh my God, that sounds absolutely amazing. Okay, so turn my soup off. And final touch here, since it is a baked potato soup, I'm going to top mine with a little bit of bacon and just a little bit more shredded cheese. And I found this recipe online, and I'm going to post the recipe for you so that you can check it out yourself. Again, that's melodramaticmommy.com. So I've got my baked potato soup that I put together in about half an hour, and I'm starving because it smells so good, so I'm going to go sit down and have dinner right now. But again, thank you to the U.S. Potato Board, thank you to Fleischmann Hiller, thank you to all my other tastemakers for allowing me to be part of this challenge. And again, I can't wait to see you guys all at Blistum. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Bye, everybody.